Hi guys, hi again. This is your girl Laika, and today I've got assistance from my two daughters with the content that I'm going to make for you, and it's a very important topic. I would like us to speak about how to make money from home. So if you're a mom like me, or you're a dad, or you're just a young person from uni who's finished and you're looking for a way to make money from home, this video is for you. Remember, you can also be just someone who's migrated and gone abroad and you're looking for a part-time thing to be doing. You're looking to employ yourself as a freelancer. This is one very, very good chance for you. I've got a few options. I've got a few careers that you can explore. It doesn't have to be just writing when it comes to online jobs, because most of us just think, oh, it has to be writing and I can't write and blah, blah, blah. No, there are so many things that you can do. I'm going to also show you the websites that you can go to and apply for these jobs and how they work, because I personally have signed in as a Kenyan, so I know that they are legit for everyone, all the nationalities, as long as you're good at your English, as long as you know how to present yourself, because this is one very important thing when it comes to remote jobs. The employer needs to know that they can trust you. Yeah, today we'll have a lot of that, and it's going to be very good because she knows how important this is. So I'll see you on the other side, and as usual, come with me. The first job is virtual assistants. You can work as a virtual assistant wherever you are, whatever your nationality. All you need to do is to know the language of the person who's going to give you the job. So for example, if it's someone in France, you need to know French. If it's someone in England, you need to know English. US, Canada, wherever, you can get jobs from these people who need to hire virtual assistants from wherever, executive assistants, all kinds of assistants. Nowadays, they're looking for better and cheaper means of running their businesses, so you can be hired as a virtual assistant. You do data entry for them, you manage their calendars, so many things that you can do, and it all depends on your personal relationship with the employer. Now if you see me looking to this side, it's because my camera is on this side. It's the same phone, but my screen is on this side, and somehow I find it easier to look at myself than to look at the blankness of the camera. So please bear with me on that. Yeah, so virtual assistants. If you're looking for jobs as a virtual assistant, then I've got you. As a virtual assistant, sorry, I've got you, because I'm going to teach you exactly what to do, how you need to present yourself, because culturally the employer needs to know that you'll blend in. You know, you don't want to be phoned and you start sounding like someone who's not in that country. You need to know how to present yourself. Also, when it comes to virtual assistants, you need to have very good internet connection. So make sure that your internet is good, make sure that your English is good, how you write, how you speak. It needs to work very well for the employer to trust you. But first of all, you might need to go onto our website, sign up to it. If you're assigned to someone, then you work with them closely, and if they like you, they might just make you their permanent virtual assistant. But then, of course, as a virtual assistant, you can take up different jobs and you can work with different clients at the same time, as long as you know how to manage the different calendars and whatever it is that you're needed to do. So that's the first one, virtual assistants. The second job that we're going to look at is data entry. Data entry needs you to be very good at your problem solving skills. You need to pay attention to detail. You need to know how to use Microsoft Office, Microsoft Suite. You know, like, you need to be very good at using your computer and presenting something in a way that the employer feels like this person is actually very good. Now, there are very nice options for full-time data entry specialists. If you've done this before, then very good for you, because you can work remotely for a remote company and you can earn very good money. The third job that we're going to look at is editing. Now, with editing, there's a lot that's covered under that. It doesn't have to be just copy editing. It's not just about writing. You can become a video editor. You can become a podcast editor. You can become an editor in so many fields, as long as you just type in the word editing into some of the websites that provide jobs for people who want to work remotely. Now, if you're good at paying attention to detail, just like every other job, if you're good at editing, if you, let's say for example, a video editor, if you know that you're good at video editing, you don't just have to wait for a client who's going to come to you physically. You can actually get online and get these jobs and edit for people and get paid good money. The next job that I would like us to speak about is customer service. You can do customer service assistance or a customer service job from wherever you are. You don't have to be in the office for you to be able to take calls for a company, to bill people. There are so many different things when it comes to customer service. Now, you need to be very good at the way you speak, because you could be working for a travel company, for example. These travel and tours companies, sometimes they have different places that they have their offices, or, you know, when they say an office, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be you as a virtual customer service rep. So when people phone, let's say for example, to book on, just an example, booking.com. I don't mean they do it. For example, booking.com, when they phone the Kenyan office, it's you who picks up. They don't have to have an office. You know, that's what I mean when I speak about customer service reps who are working virtually. Now, for example, if you're going to do an interview for this, and if they give you the option to do it, what you need to do is have this voice that makes them feel like you're actually going to present them in the best way possible. For example, when someone phones me, I'll be like, good morning, this is so-and-so. How can I assist you today? You know, like, you just speak in a way that, I don't know if that's perfect, but, you know, you speak in a way that makes them feel like they're going to have the best customer service rep. So if you have experience in this is another field that could be very good for you. All you need to do is just be at home, take the calls, represent the company, and you're good to go. And it doesn't have to be just one company. As long as you have the different numbers and you can pick, you know, like you can alternate them, you can be very well set. Let me just say that as a customer service rep, you can make up to $35,000 a year. And that is a very good thing. Better than what most of us would be earning in our own countries if we were working for a company that's local. The next job that I'm going to speak about is tutoring. If you're good at maths, if you're good at languages, you can choose a job that is about tutoring, even video tutoring, bilingual, you know, like, as long as you have a skill, you can then use it to tutor others, and you can teach people a language. You can do this and that and that. That is a very good one. Teaching. So what you need to do is search for teaching, and then you'll see all the tutoring jobs that are available. The salary that you can make as a tutor can go up to $20 or $30 an hour. So that's very good. If you're used to being paid a few thousand a month, this can be a good one for you, especially with the time differences. So like in the US, it's daytime, when in Kenya it's night. So maybe after work at night, you can decide to be tutoring someone and you can make good money from it. The other option is HR. I know you're wondering, how can I become an HR when I'm just at home? Like, I need to be there to make sure that the person is working properly. No, there are actually other options for HR. And for example, when a company puts out a vacancy, you know, for people to apply, and they have way too many people applying, you would be the one to help them sift through and find the best candidates. Sometimes you might need to phone the candidates, interview them. You might need to cold call people. You know, like if they need to hire someone, you might need to phone people and actually ask them to apply. So this is another good one, because like, for example, on LinkedIn, there are people who randomly send you jobs. So they could be hired by the company to make sure that the vacancy reaches the most people possible, and then they can get the best pool of candidates for their sorry, I was just holding that because it was shaking. Yeah, and then they would get the best candidates for the job that they've put out. Another thing that you can do, as I said, is proofreading. So when they've put out a job description, you will be the one to proofread, make sure everything is okay, and that you've included the best words. So like SEO, you would be, if you're good at SEO, that's an added advantage, because then their vacancy would be appear at the top and they can get the best pool of candidates. So if you are experienced as an HR, you don't have to just work at your 8 to 5. You can actually increase a bit more on your income and you can become a virtual HR. The last one that I'm going to talk about is sales. You can become a sales representative from the comfort of your couch, from the comfort of your home, and you can make up to $600 a month. So if this is good money for you, then pay attention. What you need to do is have good communication skills, have a bit of experience in the area that you're going to be working at. So like if it's an employer who works maybe at teaching, you need to have a bit of experience in that and you'll be good. So for example, if the school wants to market to the students in a certain area, you need to be able to speak to them in a language that they understand. You need to be able to attract their parents. You need to be able to attract the children and to make sure that they are willing to sign up to whatever event that the school is going to be marketing. So if you're going to be selling products like lotions, whatever, you need to be good at it. You need to research on it. You need to show the employer that you're good at what you do, and then you can make this kind of money or even more. It just depends on how much the employer is willing to pay you. So how can you make sure that you're the best candidate for these jobs? Number one, work on your LinkedIn. It's very important that you make sure that it aligns with what you want to work remotely, because some of these jobs have such a good salary that you don't want to mess it up by seeming confused, because the employer will want to look at that. So make sure that you edit everything, make everything look like you are a person who adapts to cultures, you're a good communicator and all that. Number two, of course, be excellent with communication. Be fluent at English or the language that the person needs you to be working at. So for example, if you're going to be a virtual bilingual assistant, you should be fluent in the languages that you're going to work at. Don't say that you're a French tutor and you don't know French, for example. Be fluent in that language. The more you impress, the more the jobs you get, because you'll have more experience in the sites, and then you'll be seen as a credible person to work for someone. And then another thing that you really need to work at when you're looking at these jobs on the websites is how you generally come across, not even just on LinkedIn, but on the website itself, how you come across, how you speak to them. You know, like when you're first sending the initial email, for example, make sure that it's very, very good, so that it shows that you're a person who can type well, who can you know, like listening and all that. Make sure that you've read all the requirements of the job, so that they know that you are going to be paying attention to detail, because they won't be working with you day by day, face to face. They need to make sure that they can trust you. The first one that I would recommend is flex jobs. They have thousands and thousands of jobs that you can do, that you can work from home, and yeah, that you can excel at. All you need to do is get on there, sign yourself up, search for the jobs that you know that you can do, and then remember what I said about presenting yourself and your communication skills, and you'll be well and good to go. The second website is remote.co. Now this website has a lot of the ones that I've spoken about. There's like virtual assistant jobs, there's HR jobs, sales representative jobs, so many of them. All you need to do as well, sign up with your name and a little bit of details that you need to do, and then get to looking for work and applying to the ones that you qualify for, and you'll be good to go again. The next one is virtual vocations. It has a lot of jobs, from bookkeeping, copywriting, editing. Now, guys, you can get onto these websites and try to find yourself some work. Another website is We Work Remotely, Working Nomads. I'm going to look at some more because there's so many websites. Excuse me. And I'm going to make sure that at the end of this year, if you're my subscriber, you no longer say that you don't have money. You know, like the only problem you have is where you want to work. Like let's say, for example, you want to work in a different country, or you want to work here and there, but I don't want to hear about anyone being unemployed or not having money. So get onto these websites, sign up, and start making money from home. Of course, there's always a writing option. If you're a good writer, there are so many writing websites. Personally, I've written for iWriter. I've not done academic writing. I've only done article writing, and I was making up to $150 I would say like sometimes in a day. So that was a very, very good option for me. If you can sign up to that. I'm not sure if they still take Kenyans or if they take African countries, because there's a time they just closed my account out of the blues. They just said due to like fishy activities from Kenyans, which I had not done. But yeah, I don't know if they're still taking people up. It's called iWriter, and I worked there for quite a good time when I had my daughter, like when she was little, and when I was pregnant as well. I was just always writing and making up to $1 for an article. But then I got up and I started making like $15 an article, and that was amazing. So as I said, please subscribe, please recommend this to your friends so that we get more people coming in, more people improving their life and charting a career for themselves. Because sometimes when you have some money coming in, then you're able to think properly and you're able to like improve your life in a better way than when you're desperate. So yeah, as we work on this, we're going to still look at jobs abroad, scholarships abroad, and all that. So subscribe, turn on post notifications, and thank you for always being here and for leaving a comment. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.